Welcome to the Kindness Project, the podcast designed to share stories of kindness and share how kindness can make positive change in our world, one small act at a time.
We talk about books, going Continental, and Jacinda Ardern's communication masterclass.
Good morning. I'm joined by a girl who, for her, time has no relevance anymore. It's Charlotte Dames. How you doing, Charlotte?
I'm good, and I'm joined by a man who likes to fill his awkward silences with even more awkward laughter. It's Chris Dames.
Welcome to Tuesday. Hope your Easter went fantastically well. This is going to sound really weird when it goes out on the morning Trev, morning dudes. This is going to sound really weird when it goes out on the podcast version because we've now got 3 months worth of podcast. So by the time this goes out, it'll be sort of September.
I'm starting back up at school. If they even let us go back.
Well, you won't be at school anymore. You'll be at college. Have you decided what one you're going to go to yet?
Yeah, I already sent in my thing. It's all good. We've set up a place. Where
are you going to go?
I'm going to go to Palmer's.
Oh, Palmer's? Why Palmer's? Don't know, just what? We are going to start with the question of the podcast today. And we've had loads of already amazing responses to this question. The question is, what was your favourite way to spend time as a child?
Do I still count as a child?
No, because you can talk about when you were like 9 or 10, kind of. So what's your favourite way to spend time as a child?
Same as it is now, in a nice corner with a nice book. And maybe some Mozart.
So, in the nice... In a nice corner with a nice book and some Mozart.
I was that kind of 9-year-old.
Has your taste in books changed?
Not really, a little bit. Because, when I was 9 or 10, I was getting really into the Percy Jackson books, and I read those until I was 13. I'm still reading those because they're still coming out, and I haven't bought a new Percy Jackson book in a while. So that's probably...
I mean, we did have a conversation this morning where you were threatening to move to France because they'd reopened all their bookshops. And like that's the only reason you could think of to move to France.
Yes.
I mean, I think Mum would join you because she quite likes wine, and wine, there's lots of wine in France.
Wine superstore.
Yeah, she likes that. So, what was your favourite childhood memory? I reckon mine, I don't want to get too nostalgic, but I reckon mine was...
The Commodore 64?
The Commodore 64. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
Saturday afternoon wrestling, just me and Russell on the floor. That was basically it, and loads of different stuff. What is your favourite childhood memory? Let us know. Morning Kev, morning Desmond, morning Trev, morning Sean, morning Cassie, and morning Sharon. Thanks for joining us on this bright morning. Can you let people know where they can sort of write in and get in touch with us?
Okay, so if you're watching this right now, you're on our Facebook page. Woo!
If you're not, that will mean nothing.
That will mean nothing to you. But if you want to find us on our Facebook page and watch these lives, well, we have a Facebook page. And if you just search the Kindness Project podcast, it will just pop up right at the top.
We've been around for long enough now. We turn up at the top.
Many a year since we've begun. 2.
Many a year. Oh, it's so long. It's been a long road. I remember, right, when because I've now run my own business 10 years ago, and I remember when you were 6, and I came home really excited, saying to you,
do you remember that year?
You do remember that year?
I remember that.
Yeah. What do you remember about being 6? That. So the books. I remember coming home and saying to you, Daddy's going to start his own business and leave his job, and you burst into tears. And I said, "Don't cry. What's the matter? What's the matter?" She went, "Daddy, how are we going to go on holiday now if you've got no job?" That was what you cared about. Anyway, let us know where you can get in touch with us. But also, if you miss an episode of the Kindness Project, they're all available on the Kindness Project Facebook page. All the lives go out on there. But we've also got a YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/.
Since when did we have a YouTube channel?
You're part of hosting this. You didn't realise we had a YouTube channel? No. Ryan set it up. And basically what he's done is put all of the live videos now on the YouTube channel for you to watch anytime you want without having to
I
write
found
for
this button on this recording software, this live streaming software, that literally records the whole thing.
We could have used that, couldn't we? Yeah, still 2 years in, still trying to work out how to podcast properly. We like
We're
that.
supposed to be podcasting properly.
Maybe one day. Maybe that's our aspiration, to be a proper podcast.
When we actually get to podcast properly.
When we move from 30-odd thousand subscribers to, I don't know, 50,000 subscribers, then we'll start doing it properly, maybe.
No, we ain't doing this properly ever, mate.
Yeah. Well, look, people enjoy it, so we're going to carry on doing it. So, I've done something quite professional and got some show notes. So, shall I start talking about those while people tell us what their favourite childhood memories are and what they loved doing as a child?
Yes.
So first shout out goes to I've got two actually. One to Jacinda Ardern. Now Jacinda is the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Ooh.
And she's coping with lockdown particularly well just by communicating positively all of the time. So she's not pretending this isn't a weird, tragic and often depressing situation, because it is, but she's doing these nice little things that I just love the way she's communicating with the people of New Zealand. She did a video.
Moved to New Zealand.
You wanted to move to France a couple of minutes ago. Why do you want to move to New Zealand now?
No, change of scenery. I wanted to move to Brighton 2 weeks ago.
I tell you what, after a month of this, I just want to move to the back garden. Anywhere that I could travel that I've
moved next door.
Anywhere that I could travel that I haven't travelled before, I want to move to.
We've lived to back on before though. We were almost sleeping in a tent the other day.
We almost, until it blew off. But yeah, so Jacinda Ardern from New Zealand. Check out her videos. I think they are a masterclass in how to communicate really well. She did one the other day for the kids of New Zealand to say the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny are busy this year, so if you don't get your money for your teeth and or your eggs on time, it's probably because they're really busy with the virus. Smart move. Also a big shout out to a friend of the show, John Sharman. John's mate Sean ran over 100 kilometres over Easter, up and down his kitchen, and raised over £6,000 for Age UK, and literally live streamed a lot. I remember over the weekend I was keeping an eye on how he was doing, and he was a man who's apparently an ex-Marine running up and down his kitchen in a bra, just in a bra. He had shorts on, clearly. So Tracy Dames is here. Steve Stewart, who is coming on the show this week. So hi Steve, thanks for tuning in. He remembers playing football. Tracy said she used to go swimming every single night. Serena Duffy said, walking home with my best friend after school, chatting. We used to walk to my house, decide to carry on to the library, and still need to walk to my friend's house, still chatting. Dina's here. Hi, Dina. Dina's somebody we've interviewed on the podcast, and I'm assuming that she's tuning in from China. So thanks for tuning in, Dina. We really appreciate it. But yeah, no, it was really good. So John's mate Sean raised over £6,000 for Age UK, amazing work. Can you do me a favour as well? Russ, if you're watching, can you let us know what episode Dina was on? Because Dina's work in helping people, Chinese students and people in the UK who are lonely, linking them so they can help each other is amazing. Her interview is definitely worth a listen. And once Russ wakes up, I think he might still be in bed. We'll make sure that he's we get you the episode over. So other thing I want to mention, another friend of the show, Nick Elston, talks about anxiety and mental health, and Nick does amazing work in a lot of really big companies across the UK, talking to them about how to improve their mental health, but also from a lived experience, because he's been through some of this stuff himself. He's doing amazing work helping people cope with what's going on currently. You can find him at nickelston.com. But also there's an amazing YouTube video that he's made, and I'm going to put in the show notes, sharing tips about how to improve mental health. And Nick's agreed to come on the show live. So we'll talk to Nick on the live show. I think it's next week, but we'll wait.
We'll see when it comes.
We'll see when it comes to that. And also a big shout out to Joshua, who's done something similar. He's written a book called Develop Your Mental Toughness Now, 2020 Bootcamp Edition. And he's trying to help people cope with what's going on at the minute. A month in, how are you doing?
I'm trying to go back to school.
But this is the thing, you'll never go back to school anymore. No. So now it's college, isn't it?
It's college now.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to...
I just want to go back into that environment.
Yeah. As opposed to just the house.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen another 4 walls.
Yeah. Well, you could go into the garden, or you could go into the shed, or potentially you could use the trampoline. Is that a no?
It's a no, because the dog sleeps on there and Soph likes to come and bounce when I'm trying to read.
I bit bored on Sunday. We had a was it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
We had a impromptu Saturday Sunday. Alan, I don't know. They'll merge into one right now. We had an impromptu Steve. We had an impromptu music festival in the back garden, where we really endeared our neighbours by singing musical show tunes really loudly.
Nothing wrong with Rent and Hamilton blasting from your back garden.
Nothing wrong for us. We quite enjoyed it, but I don't think the neighbours were particularly impressed.
The kids, like, if you can think of a show tune, we probably had it blaring.
Yeah. But what we also did, not particularly Charlotte, but me and my younger daughter Sophie, who always pops up on the podcast, is we perfected the trampoline tuck jump. So, if you get really bored for things to do, what we'd like to see is a video of your trampoline tuck jump from What's the tuck jump? Tuck jump from home. So that was good fun. Go on then.
Which one are we on? Lockdowns mean Christians can't meet in church buildings, so churches across the UK have found new ways of bringing their congregations together to celebrate Easter. Loads of services, songs and sermons were streamed online yesterday, and the quality of what is being produced is amazing.
Here's my favourite for obvious reasons. It's given us a link, but he's only saying that because he was the drummer in that show. So well done, Dave, for again consistently delivering some amazing silver linings.
I suppose that means we're on to the end of the show.
Do you want to do your little thing?
Yes.
Right.
Tis the end of another podcast.
And it is the end of another podcast. So, the end of another podcast means that we're reading out all of our answers from today's question of the podcast, which was, what's your favourite childhood memory? We had a decent number of answers actually, so let me just, what are you looking at?
I was trying to get my joke up for the end of the show.
Oh, right, okay. Apparently our audio's got a bit weird, so apologies for that. I don't know what's going on our end.
Oi!
Apparently Charlotte needs to stay away from the mic. And I don't know what we can do about the audio, so apologies if it sounds really weird. Let's have a look. Okay, so answers to the question of the podcast are Nick Ramsden had too many. Is ZX Spectrum, is Rally Burner BMX, and playing Curbsy in the street. And Homer said run-outs and Curbsy. And Serena, I don't know what's going on with your life, that you don't know what run-outs are. Do you know what run-out is?
I might know if you explain it to me, but I'm never good with names and stuff.
Right, so it's a game. And you'll run, and somebody's got to catch you. It's like ads, but then you've got to try and get back to the base. And if you get back to the base,
We've had that. We used to
what do you call that?
I don't know. We didn't really have a name for it. They just kind of let's get on with it.
Runarounds, yeah. What do you call ad?
It.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer. It's ad. And what I did say to Anne is, when all this is over, we should organise a massive game of run-outs.
I tried.
Kids, adults, everybody get involved.
I tried to organise a tag game with a bunch of kids at school when I was in Year 9. It didn't quite work out because there was not that many of us.
Oh, right, okay. John Cook said, choose your own adventure books. Love choose your own adventure books. Riding my bike. Saturday, Sunday morning swimming and playing my Atari. Desmond Barker said, mine was BMX, playing with other kids at school and watching cartoons. Roberta White said, I am so old. True, but it was going to the beach or playing on my roller skates or even playing cricket with my brother. Andrew said, vet tracks are definitely BMX. Trev Robinson said, going over the ROM on my Diamondback. Ellie Thomas said, climbing trees with my best mate. Joshua Cartwright said, exploring wild areas and abandoned buildings by the train tracks.
That sounds like a horror movie plot.
Jumping in the world. Exploring wild streams and abandoned buildings by the train tracks. Jumping over streams and walking the streets with my mates. Cinema was £1.60 a ticket and bus fare was 10 to 20p.
Damn, the cheapest you can pay for a cinema ticket now is £3.
I know. Haley Ball said, that's inflation for you. Haley Ball said Bulldog. Sarah Robinson said Runouts, BMX and Knockdown Ginger.
No, we're not going to do the door and run away.
Yeah. Deborah Myers saying catching, gudgeon in the roading and French skipping. Amanda Mead said roller skate boots. And Claire Cleary said on my roller skates, hanging onto my brother's drifter bike. And that was it. So, that, my friends, is
truly
the end. It's Tuesday morning. Have a lovely day, and we will see you next time. Oh, just to let you know, we're around tomorrow, so we're doing one tomorrow. I'm doing one for my business, Savello, on Thursday. So if you want to talk about all stuff money and you've got some financial questions, feel free to tune in, because we've got that happening on Thursday over on the Savello page, and we will be back Friday for the Kindness Project. It's not truly the end though, because we've got a joke.
Right, if you have 13 apples in one hand and 10 oranges in the other, what do you have?
Don't know.
Big hands. I'm just going to put it on the outro slide.
Just close it.
Bye.
Bye.